Hey, Daddy.
Yes?
What do you get when Santa becomes a detective?
What do you get when Santa becomes a detective? I don't know.
Santa clues.
Santa Claus. Welcome to Little Big Thumbs. My name is JP, aka Big Papa Thumbs, and in today's video we are going to be looking at Detective Charlie from LOKI Games. Now, escape room style cooperative mystery games are a hot trend in the board gaming world right now, but there are not very many of them that are geared towards younger players. However, Detective Charlie looks to fill that gap. It's recommended for ages 7 and up, and in our experience, it seems that even younger players can get in on this fun. So, why don't we learn how to set up and play the game as we take a look at the table? I love it when a game box is a key part of the game experience, and that is the case here, as the box bottom is the police headquarters that Detective Charlie works out of. Not only that, but the box insert works really well. Everything has its own place, which makes setting up and putting away the game super easy. The driving force of the game are these 6 cases that come in the box. They provide all the information we'll be collecting to solve these mysteries. It's important to not look through these cards before you play any of the missions because they contain the clues and the details of the case, and you really want to experience each of those for the very first time when you play through them, because each case can only be played one time. Now, each case has a matching envelope which contains the solution to the various mysteries. Again, it's very important not to open these envelopes until you have finished playing through the matching mission to avoid spoiling the stories and secrets of the game. We also have Detective Charlie herself. Look at this. This is a cardboard standee with super duper cute artwork. Charlie's tools of the trade include a 6-sided die, a pocket watch, and this notebook. Now that we know a little bit about the contents of the game box, let's learn how to set up and then play the game. To prepare for a game of Detective Charlie, choose which mystery you'd like to tackle. From our personal experience, the third case is a great one to start with because the whole narrative is very straightforward, and particularly for younger players, it'll lead you to the solution in a pretty easy and, again, straightforward way. Open the package of case cards, making sure, again, not to look at the other side of those cards for now. The main case card can go in the middle of the table, with the witness cards forming a circle around it in numerical order. There are also some evidence cards, which will have numbers matching a few of the witness cards. Place these evidence cards underneath the appropriate witness cards. Each mystery includes 8 suspect cards, and those will be placed upright into the police station slots with the suspect artwork facing out. Note that we have been playing this game with a lazy Susan, which just helps with turning the box around to see the different suspects in the game. It's absolutely not necessary, but it's a fun, spinny element, and spinny things are just spinny fun. Detective Charlie starts at witness card number 1, with the die and pocket watch being kept nearby. And with that, we are set up and ready to play the game. As we mentioned earlier, Detective Charlie is a cooperative game of deduction and investigation. Each mystery only has one correct answer, and each mission can only be played one time. Each turn will involve a player rolling the 6-sided die. If a 1 or a 2 is rolled, Detective Charlie will move that number of witness cards in either direction around the circle. Flip over the witness card that Charlie lands on and read its information out loud. Some of these witness cards may also allow you to explore an evidence card. Note that if Charlie lands on a witness card that she has previously seen, the players can agree to move the pocket watch ahead 1 hour to move Charlie 1 additional space in either direction. Instead of a 1 or a 2, if the die shows a pocket watch icon, move that pocket watch ahead 1 hour. That player's turn is then immediately over, and play passes to the next player in clockwise order. And the final option you might see on the die is a pocket watch plus a question mark. In this case, the watch moves ahead 1 hour, and then Detective Charlie can move to any of the witness cards on the table. The players can then flip over and read that witness card just as if they had rolled that 1 or a 2. If, after chatting with a witness, the players believe that they can clear a suspect in the case, that suspect card will be turned around so that the suspect is facing the inside of the box. Once only one suspect remains facing outwards, the players will be able to open that case's envelope to see if their detective work was correct. After completing a mission, whether or not their guess was successful, they might want to log that play inside Detective Charlie's notebook. When doing this, be sure to include the time on Charlie's pocket watch, which determines your collective score in the game. And after playing all 6 cases, you'll be able to total up your overall score over the course of the entire experience and see how you did. Alright, so now we've got 3 tips for success when playing Detective Charlie with younger children. Tip number 1. To help younger players along and build up their sleuthy skills, we are going to want to ask them questions and lead them along the way to help them sort of take over and figure out the clues and the solutions to these missions, these challenges on their own. Tip number 2. If you wind up guessing the wrong suspect in a case, it might be a good exercise to go back through the case that you just played to see where you went wrong and what clues you might have missed. There is a lot of information to gain by doing this, and it'll absolutely help you as you go through the future cases in the box. And tip number 3. As I mentioned earlier, I found the 3rd case to be the most linear and straightforward of them all. Now, the rulebook actually suggests to start at case number 1 and work your way all the way through the 6 cases in order. But ultimately, what you want to do is let your little players, your little investigators, lead the way. If they want to start and go 1 through 6, great. If they want to go 6 through 1, why not? If they want to go 1, 3, 6, whatever, then ultimately what you want to do is encourage them to play in whatever order they want to, because the more independent they are, it'll help them build up their confidence not only in this game, but all of their gaming experiences going forward. And that brings us to the end of our Detective Charlie tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what we were doing here in this video, please consider subscribing to Little Big Thumbs here on YouTube. And until next time, whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you're playing games that make your thumbs go way up. Bye for now.